A lot of people have asked me about my large format landscape photography and why I continue to use large format for some of my work. This is some of the large format work I did on catalogues, and it's a different way of working. It's a more contemplative way of working, and it's something I've done since I was very young. I first used a large format camera when I was only 15 years of age and started work. So it's become just part of my life, part of my routine, part of my strategy, and I just feel very comfortable with. It can be hard work at times. These were taken on catalogues, and I had to lug a large format camera up and down there quite a few times. Before I started using the 8x10, which is this here, I had a few smaller format cameras for a while, and they were made for me by my close friend and colleague John Nesbitt, a camera maker and photographer who lived in mid Wales, and sadly he died a few months ago. So I'm just going to show you a couple of his cameras that he made for me, and then we'll go on to talk about my work and how I've used large format over the years. This is the first camera that John Nesbitt made for me, his original design that I asked him to slightly upscale so that I could use it in 7x5" mode as well as 5x4. It's the camera I used for all of the Celtic light work that I did, which I'm going to show you photographs of in a moment. It has the swinging back based on the old MPP design, plus the long bellows to accommodate long lenses, which was great on occasion, and it was very well used. Later on, John made me this camera, which is a new design by him, and he made it in a beautiful piece of Welsh yew wood. I think it's the only one he made in yew. Again, this is a 7x5" camera, which I used almost exclusively in 7x5" mode. Again, with the long bellows, which he did in red for me. It's a very beautiful camera, and I'm very proud to have known John, to have had these cameras. After my Great Little Tin Sheds of Wales exhibition, I began to explore the Welsh landscape with a new understanding of how people interacted and worked within this environment, which is almost inevitably a working environment. And I was also interested in comparing the Welsh landscape with the Irish landscape and how the environment had influenced the culture and the living conditions of the various populations. So I planned a body of work which encompassed Wales and Ireland, and I had grants from the Welsh Arts Council and the Irish Arts Council, and spent 2 years travelling around the wilds of Wales and Ireland and produced a body of work which I called Celtic Light, which we'll see more of in a moment. This is just a clip of me working on location in North Wales, actually on another body of work that I'm involved in, which I'm calling for the moment the ends of the roads. And here I'm using the 8x10" camera on a bit of a windy day, but you can see the way the camera is set up, you can see the way that I'm working. I've done all of my light meter settings and composed and focused everything, framed everything up. And what I also do after I've taken a photograph is I make a little sketch of the scene, and I note the exact location so I can refer to it later on when I'm editing and captioning and so on. For the work in Ireland, I learned quite a lot about the history of Ireland, and I also studied the culture, the poetry, and that gave me hints as to certain locations, certain places to visit. Again, I was intrigued at how the indigenous people worked in the landscape, and it became an exhibition and a beautifully produced catalogue. And this is the front cover, and there are a few of the inside pages. This is now sold out, unfortunately. Well, I hope that's explained a few things about why I use large format and my working methods and what I'm looking for in the landscape where I'm trying to to find, to interpret. And once again, many thanks for watching. Thanks for those of you who've already subscribed, and if you can, click the button to subscribe and it'll help me make more content later on. Many thanks.